Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my YouTube channel Diversity of Plants Zone. In this channel you can easily find out the videos related to plants and their diversity throughout the world. My today's topic is about plant diversity and taxonomy of plants or plant taxonomy. First of all, I am going to discuss about plant diversity. The presence of variety of plants in the form of different taxa, like the species and genera, is called the diversity of plant. Different plants have different morphology, physiology, cytology, and anatomy. Diversity includes the classification and nomenclature of the plants. Now, what is meant by nomenclature? Nomenclature is a set or system of names or terms as used in a particular science or art by an individual or a community, etc. is called a nomenclature. Scope of classification of plants: the study of the kinds and diversity of organisms and the evolutionary relationships among them is called systematics or taxonomy. Study of the systematics gives the order and relationship among the organisms. This order and relationship arise from the evolutionary processes and also give the description of new species. Plant taxonomy. Taxonomy and systematics is the study or description on variations among organisms in order to come out with a classification system. Taxonomy began about 300 years before the Christ by THEOPHRASTUS, 350 to 285 before Christ, CAROLUS, LINNAEUS, 1707 to 1778, is regarded as the founder of taxonomy or father of taxonomy till today. Theophrastus, as shown in the figure. Plant systematics. The study of the kinds and diversity of organisms and the evolutionary relationships among them is called systematics or taxonomy. The study of systematics gives the order and relationships among the organisms. This order and relationship arise from evolutionary processes, as the studies also give the description of the new species. Taxonomic components. There are following taxonomic components. Number 1 is classification. Number 2, identification. Number 3, nomenclature. And number 4 is the description. First, classification. Plants are arranged in groups of similar characteristics and groups are called categories or taxa. Second is identification. To identify and derive the name of an organism by referring to an existing classification. Nomenclature. To provide a scientific name to an organism. And description. To describe the characteristics of a taxon, for example, a family. Importance of the plant taxonomy: to arrange elements or taxa of plants into a more systematic manner so that they can be better understood and could be used easily and more effectively. To arrange the data or information and knowledge about the plants. To indicate the source, genetic relationship, ancestry, and the origin of plants. To indicate the distribution and habitat of plants on Earth. Taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy based on morphology. The modern classification system has been given by CAROLUS, LINNAEUS. CAROLUS, LINNAEUS believed that different species could be grouped into the same categories on the basis of the similarities between them. The group of the plants with similar characteristics forms a taxon. For example, Amalthus, Acacia fistula, shows the similarities with the other Acacia species, like the Acacia senna. Both have compound leaves and produce the beans. CAROLUS, LINNAEUS, as shown in the figure. Taxonomic hierarchy based on morphology. CAROLUS, LINNAEUS recognized the 5 taxa. The taxa are arranged hierarchically. It means arrangement of classification is from the broad to specific. The taxa are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Taxonomic system is divided into two kingdoms, plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Plant kingdom is further divided into divisions like the class, order, family, genus, and species. On the other hand, animal kingdom is divided into phylum, and phylum is further divided into class, order, family, genus, and species. Linnaeus system of classification. Linnaeus system of classification includes kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. First of all, I am going to describe about kingdom. Kingdom includes over 2,75,000 species. All the plants are included in one kingdom called Plantae, which is then broken down into smaller and smaller divisions based upon several characteristics including whether they can circulate the fluids like the rainwater throughout their bodies or need to absorb them from the moisture that surrounds them. Second, how they reproduce by the spores or different kinds of these seeds. Third, their size or stature. Stature includes their natural height. Second is the phylum. Plants in this category based on whether or not the plant bears or produces the seeds. Vascular or non-vascular plants. It includes about 2,50,000 plants in this category are present. Third is class. It includes about 23,500 species. The plants are divided into two types of the classes. Number one is Angiospermae. Angiospermae is also called angiosperms, the plants which produce the flowers. Gymnospermae. Gymnospermae or gymnosperms, the plants which don't produce the flowers. The subclasses are as follow. Dicotyledonnae. Dicotyledons and dicots, the plants with the two seed leaves. Monocotyledonnae or monocotyledons or monocot, the plant with one seed leaf. Next is order. A group of the related plant families classified in the order in which they are thought to have developed their difference from a common ancestor due to vegetative structures, reproductive structures. There are about 18,000 species, and the names of the orders always ends in ales. Next is family. Each order is divided into family. There are plants with many botanical features in common. Vegetative and reproductive structures are used. Related plants with similar flower parts are grouped together. The rose family Rosaceae consists of plums, apples, strawberries because they have all the similar flower structures. The names of the families ends in AC. Over 3,500 species are present in it. Next is genus. This is the part of plant name that is the most familiar, the normal name that you give a plant like the papaver or poppy. This is the plant group name. All the plants have the same generic name, are said to belong to same genus and have similar characteristics, are closely related. Name of the genus should be written with a capital letter. Over 500 species are present in it. The last is species. This is the highest level that defines an individual plant. Together the genus and species name refers to only one plant and that they are used to identify that particular plant. Often the name will describe some aspect of the plant and the color of flowers, size or shape of leaves, or it may be named after the place where it was found. The name of the species should be written after the genus name in the small letters with no capital letter. For example, Acer rubrum. Acer rubrum stands for the red maple. Pinus virginia. Pinus virginia is the scientific name of Virginia pine. Example, common name corn plant. Now, Its kingdom is Plantae, phylum is Spermatophyta, class is Angiospermae, subclass Monocotyledonae, family is Grimmine, genus is Zea, and species is Maize. Taxonomic hierarchy based on evolution. Carolus Linnaeus does not accept evolution, but still many of his groupings show evolutionary relationships. Morphological similarities between two plants have a genetic basis. It gives rise to evolutionary history. Carolus Linnaeus grouped them according to their evolutionary relationships. Members of same taxonomic group are more closely related to each other than the members of different taxa. Five Kingdom Classification System. In 1969, the Robert H. Whitaker described a system of classification. This forms Five Kingdom System. The basis of classification of Whitaker is cellular organization and mode of nutrition. There are following five kingdoms. Robert Harding Whitaker. Time period was 1920 to 1980. He divided the plants into five kingdoms, which includes the kingdom plants. Plants are eukaryotic, multicellular, photosynthesized, non-motile, and sexual in nature. Second is animalia or animals. Eukaryotic, multicellular, ingest the food, motile, and sexual in nature. Next is fungi. Eukaryotic, multicellular, absorbs the food, non-motile, and undergoes the sexual reproduction. Next is protists. Protists are eukaryotic, unicellular, or multicellular. They absorb the food or ingest the food or photosynthesize it. They undergoes both the sexual and asexual reproduction. Last kingdom is the kingdom Monera. Monera is a prokaryotic, absorb and photosynthesize the food, motile or non-motile, and undergoes the asexual reproduction. Five Kingdom System of the Robert Whitaker, 1969. Organisms are divided into two types, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic is divided into the kingdom Monera, and the eukaryotic is further divided as the unicellular or multicellular. Eukaryotic unicellular forms the protista, while the eukaryotic multicellular is further divided with a cell wall or without cell wall. Eukaryotic multicellular with cell wall is further divided as phototrophic and heterotrophic. Eukaryotic multicellular with cell wall phototrophic is included in Plantae, while the eukaryotic multicellular with cell wall heterotrophic is included in kingdom Fungi. Eukaryotic multicellular without cell wall is included in the kingdom Animalia. First of all, I am going to describe about Monera. The members of this kingdom are prokaryotes. The kingdom Monera contains bacteria and cyanobacteria. Protista. The members of the kingdom Protista are eukaryotic. They consist of single cells or colonies of cells. This kingdom includes amoeba and paramecium. Now Plantae. The members of this kingdom Plantae are eukaryotic, multicellular, and photosynthetic. Plants have walled cells and they are usually non-motile. Non-motile means they cannot move. Fourth, fungi. Members of the kingdom fungi are also eukaryotic or multicellular. They also have walled cells and are also non-motile. Mode of nutrition distinguishes fungi from the plants because fungi are decomposers. Fungi digest the organic matter outside the body and absorb the broken products. Animalia. The members of kingdom Animalia are eukaryotic and multicellular. They feed by ingesting other organisms and parts of other organisms. Their cells lack the wall and they are usually motile. It means that they can move from one place to the other. Now, the classification systems. Classification systems are of four types: artificial system, mechanical system, natural system, and phylogenetic system. First, I am going to describe about artificial system. artificial system based on the growth habits and uses. This is a primitive system which was described in 300 before Christ or Anno Domini 1500. It was given by the THEOPHRASTUS and Dioscorides in Greece. Next is the mechanical system. Mechanical system based upon the one or few chosen characteristics, and the time period of this was 1580 to 1760. And it was given by the Cisalpino and in Italy, Bohin in Swiss, and Linnaeus in Sweden. Natural system of classification based on many different characteristics. 1760 to 1880 was the time period of this classification system. Adenson has given it in France, De Candolle has given it in Swiss, Bentham and Hooker in Britain. Phylogenetic system based on many characteristics with evolutionary interpretations. The time period is 1880 to present. It was given by the Engler in Germany, Bessie in America, and Thron in America. As shown in the figure, the types of classification includes artificial system, natural system, and phylogenetic system. If you like my channel, please share it and subscribe it. Thank you so much, and thanks for watching.